the Tape Never Lies Network, home of the greatest Chicago Bears fans on earth.
The following show is for mature audiences only.
The Tape Never Lies Network.
The Tape Never Lies. Tape Never Lies.
Starts now.
You know what? It was an overthrow by Mitch.
Yeah.
I mean,
Injured bear on the field is Akeem Hicks.
Cousins loses the football, strip sack, and takeaway.
Bears our live.
Who else but Khalil Mack?
Bears our live. We go on live right after Bears games with your boys draft talking the smartest man alive.
Yo.
Bears our live. Bears our live. We go on live right after Bears games with your boys draft talking the smartest man alive. Ran up with the true analysis you expect. Raw passion for the show. Bear fans get nothing less. Locked in with real emotion and passion for every play. Coach Phil gonna bring that range, but in with facts my shade. Post game show like nothing else you're gonna hear. Some can try to copy, but a bucket's not sincere. Delivering the truth on what just happened to be clear. That's why we're on TV so you can see it, not just hear. Hey, yo, with Draft Dr. Phil, you know it's always hit sticks. Splitting double teams like 96 Akeem Hicks. You can tell the shit matters. A bit love can be felt. Critical of Nagy cause the talent he's been dealt. Cause our life keeps growing. Shane's all knowing. Delivering the truth on how the QB's throwing. Dimes on time, just lacking fundamental. Whatever the case, we get hot like Cecil. Fiery discussions on what happened in the game. This ain't your daddy's postgame, so expect the fucking flame. Not for the average fan, a loss they can't survive.
But don't you worry.
Bears Our Live.
Bears our live. Bears our live. We go on live right after Bears games with your boys draft talk and the smartest man alive.
the Rent Legend,
Bears our live.
Dr. Phil
Bears our live. We go on live right after Bears games with your boys draft talk and the smartest man alive. Bears our live. Bears our live. Bears our live. We go on live right after
The Tape Never Lies Network.
This is Bears Hour Live.
100 crew moved to 5-1. We're here live on BHL. These guys don't make it easy. I thought we were gonna come here under different circumstances. Just it's like pulling teeth with this team. Most important thing is getting the W at the end of the day, but the players. The head coach, none of these guys are making it easy. Went down to Carolina, DHC stepping up big, ending the game for the second week in a row from your backup. But enough about that. Let's get this rolling. Everybody's here for one reason, and that's to listen to a rant. And Phil is all lathered up, believe me, and ready to go. So here we go.
Unbelievable game, Claudio. You could turn it down. Now, I don't have to control the music anymore. I can hear it, Shane. There you go. I'm lathered up because as a coach, you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to 53 men. And when you have a agenda, I want to be the best play caller. I want my offense to be great. You lose perspective and you never find your identity. It's tough in life because you gotta look into your heart and put your pride aside. In games where your left tackle continues to foil and drop like a stooge in the Three Stooges, the cousin stooge. He's so bad. In getting situational football where you can't handle the understanding of one play, one run, one throw sets the tone. It's unfortunate. And yes, the refs play a role in this. Flags, phantom calls. And that championship defense. The thing that you're hanging your hat on. The foundation of your identity is winning football games for you. And you as a head coach had 10 days to prepare. You're in shotgun when you should be under center running. You're running trips. You're trying to run slants at the wrong times. You're putting your quarterback in situations for him to win the game for you when it's so simple to put training wheels on a bike for a 3-year-old so they can learn to ride. He doesn't get it. That's the coach's job. To get it. To know when to run 3 times. To know what the situation is. To know the clock. To get your face out of the playbook and into the players' ears. That's the reality of the truth. Yes, you're 5-1. I'm fired up because I know this fucking game of football. You're better than that. It should have been 37-10. But you're leaving everybody in there. Leaving every guy, every team you play in the game. And guess what? That's when you don't get your identity. You gotta start knocking motherfuckers out in order to get that identity. And until that happens, Shane, they're gonna be on threat level midnight with the Tape Never Lies Network, especially Coach Nagy, who can't hold accountability to himself or his team, even in a win. And that is my rant.
I can't disagree with you at all, man. You see, I've been texting people. You and I were talking, Phil. You're at the pivotal moment of the game with 3rd and 2.
Oh my
and you take
God.
one of your best offensive weapons, the best offensive weapon overall, off the field, and just to make it a moot point.
You tell everybody what you're doing.
It makes no sense. And I'm not saying that you have to rely on your offense there, but there's the fact of just keep it simple, stupid. How many times have we said it? It's
100.
all about fundamental football there.
Oh my God.
I'll be completely honest. There's times I understand when you have to buck the trend and be aggressive, try to end it and go for the throw. But you go down shooting with your best weapons. You don't sit them on the sidelines. We saw a 2nd and long today with Mac and Robert Quinn off the field.
2nd and 24. Guess what? That's when your pass rushers are on the field. You rotate them in. How do you call timeout, get a delay? How do you have 12 men on the field twice? How? How are you throwing after the turnover in the red zone and we're gonna get pass happy?
12 men on the field and one of your best players on defense is fucking laughing about it. Akeem Hicks.
Oh
It drove
my
me
God.
fucking crazy.
Akeem, my son, he's 6. He loves this game. He's like, why is Akeem laughing? That's what you're teaching these kids, Akeem. It's not funny. Pound your chest and take ownership. I get it. And it's hard sometimes as fans. I've been down on the field. So something could be said like, you're a dumb motherfucker. And he's laughing at the call like, yeah, I am. And it could be misconstrued. But I know what you're saying, Shane. For me, it comes off bad. Because you know what? There is no identity here. Let's just face it. This offense is let's throw something at the wall and see if it fucking sticks. That's what this offense is. 10 days to prepare. Details is just a fucking talk. That's just a talk show with Sally Jesse. It ain't fucking real. What's real is what you put on the fucking tape. That's what's real. Every person in the chat understands the reality here. If you're new to football, you guys won. What are you so mad at? Well, this is about winning championships in a team, in a franchise that's the charter franchise, Shane, that has not been a championship thing. We talked about this, not coming out here and not knowing your assignments and making fundamental mistakes, and they did everything in their power to lose, and they still won because of that defense. Because of the defense. It's not Nagy. Give up the fucking play calls. Give it up. You're awful. Who goes wishbone? Leno, the producer, I'm on the ground with a heart panic. I felt like Chris Farley, like, boom, it's number fucking 13 there. This guy is an Arena League sham shoe salesman motherfucker. That's what you have what I rap in the open. We critical of Nagy because the talent he's been dealt. That's the lyric. Exactly, Xavier. The wishbone. We got Cordarrelle. Who's that tricking? Let's just waste another fucking play in the red zone, Mr. Aggressive. Give me the fucking press pass. I'm about to lose my mind. You have a fucking team that's complete with talent. You got a quarterback that is tough as shit. You got pieces of running back. If they had an ounce of fucking offensive lineman understanding and fucking aggression, just give me aggression, Shane. Give me aggression. They're soft as puppy shit. Who are we gonna put in beside? Shut the fuck up! Put the next motherfucker in the game! That's me in the locker room after a win. This is me! Put him in the game! Get him the fuck out! I get so amped up with this shit. I don't give a fuck how much he's paid. It's a ridiculous showcase. Oh my God, I gotta take a breath. That is real. That is real emotion. I can never. My father would go out there and suit up at 80 years old and play better than that fucking left tackle. I guarantee it. I can find someone on the street better. So who are you going to put in? Anyone! That's the answer. That's the answer. You want to win? He's going to cost you an injury. Guarantee it, Shane.
It is, Phil. I sent out a tweet. It said at this point, it's just like he's waving his hands like he's waving to his parents at a parade when he's a kid. I mean, I don't understand how you can preach accountability or anything.
Exactly.
And have that happen. I'm at a loss for words at this point. I really don't know what to say.
My body is in full sweat because I want to fight. I want to take over the job and show Chicago and all these fucking nerds that all of a sudden know how to break down tape. Shut the fuck up. You know what it's about? Fundamental and attitude. If you want it, you got it. You're talented enough. There's no question. Leno's an NFL football player. He's talented enough to do it. Run to the spot, cut the fucking guy off, and do your job. That's what you're paid to do. That's what you're paid to do. And your coach, and I would get rid of Nagy and Leno. You're laser. You're 5-1 because of Khalil Mack and this fucking defense. That's what you are. And how about Roquan coming to fucking play? Setting the tone. Yeah, he's all over the field.
You're starting to see that more and more now, which is good to see because they need that next guy to step up. And Phil, I brought it up just a minute ago, but you can't overlook the backup. DeAndre Houston Carson came in.
Oh my God, this guy's a fucking smart player, Shane. We said it for years. He made plays in college. He turned the ball over. He was a guy that was famous for the peanut punch in college. So I think that's important. But they have these guys. But to go back to offense, Phil, we've probably overrated a lot of this. I mean, just with some of the talent. But Anthony Miller needs to be sat down. We talked about that on the halftime show. He's non-existent. He gets a shot, and he's walking on that play. You see that shit?
I know.
Get in his fuck. What are you, furry? Talking shit? Come on. Hold him accountable. I'm sorry, cutting you off. I'm just so fired up in a win, Shane.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, Phil.
You said it right when we came on the air.
Yeah, I said I'm excited. I'm glad we moved to 5-1 because that buys you time to fix what is wrong. But at the same time, seeing what we're seeing, having that 10-day window of coming to be prepared against an inferior team. You set the tone in the beginning, your defense, you get your rookie tight end, a tight end, and you think you're rolling. You think you're going.
Where did he go?
Exactly.
Where did he go? Now all of a sudden, Demetrius Harris becomes the focal point. He dropped the ball. That's wide open. A screen. He's giggling just like Akeem. These things are just That's why I know it's such bullshit trash. I can't wait to hear. I know Claudio's going to let us know when Coach Nagy speaks. You are so behind the times in reality. You know who knows what he's fucking doing? The coach over the Raiders, John Gruden. You know why? Because he holds the motherfuckers accountable. I don't care how much you get paid. You have to set the tone that this isn't going to be allowed. You benched Bars. And you didn't bench the guy that everybody, and trust me, everybody in that locker room knows. Just like you on this network. You guys that follow this network. We don't fucking sugarcoat. We're not looking to make a fucking t-shirt about Charles Leno. We're calling it what it is. It's awful, right? So that's what we're calling. It continues to be awful. That's why we're fired up. How about get a little bit... It's unbelievable, Shane. It really is that.
You're past the point of getting physical with him, Phil. I mean, when you could do your tape never lies and focus on nothing but him.
Oh my God! I'm gonna do it for the Patreon channel.
You'd be sick to your stomach. This is
I've
what
already asked.
It would
Alex.
look like this. It probably look worse.
Charles Leno has gotten more nicknames from me than anybody in the world. You know him and his wife hate me. But the reality is, who's going to hold you accountable if Coach Nagy does it? This guy here on this network. The other network, 0.0, they're talking like he's not that bad. Other analysts are telling... What are they looking at? Football acumen, 0.0. That's reality. You fans know... I'm keeping it 100. I will have anybody, any analyst you name, bring them on this show. Somebody tell me what they see positive on tape. This is hindering the running game. It's hindering the passing game and critical downs. You saw it today. Shane, that third down where he almost throws an interception and Mooney helps out. That's because Leno just ushered him in. 7 o'clock on the dot. Leno's in the drop top, just allowing him to fucking go, Usher. Usher, where's your seats? Get the flashlight. This is what we're dealing with here. And I don't know, like even on a JV level, that kid's getting benched. But in Chicago, Ryan Pace paid him. We gotta play him. And that politics should not happen here. How about OB? Talk about that instead of fucking Robert Quinn. How about talk about the offensive tackle? You analysts that talk. Robert Quinn is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Don't read the stat score. Guess who helped that interception the last play? Robert Quinn.
Yeah, as soon as you hear these old-time guys, and I'm not going to take anything away from OB, but as soon as they start talking about money,
God, it's about... Yeah.
That's all it's about with them.
Jealousy.
It's about jealousy and, financial structure and all that. That's fine. But you can't... with a clear conscience, go out there and tell me that Khalil Mack is not living up to the hype, not living up to his contract, not living up to the compensation that you gave up for him. But then you're just going to let it slide, the Charles Leno.
Yeah.
You can, Phil, we both know.
Who's saying it?
You can...
just us? Who else is saying... Anybody in the chat, tell me anybody saying how bad Charles Leno is besides you guys and this network that you all love. Tell me, name one analyst. What is the deal? What are we afraid of? What is this guy? It's not politics. I don't understand how you can call yourself a football analyst and not hold them accountable. Matt Bowen. You should be doing a 30-minute breakdown on ESPN on why the Bears offense is struggling. I'm talking to you right in the camera. Dan Orlovsky, show the facts of Leno. Make it a national thing. Put it on Pace and put it on the coach, Mr. fucking Greek diner menu. Let's pull out a fucking play out of my ass. Oh, let's run wishbone here. Let's go. Waste downs. Everything's waste. Getting tricky. Now we got to do something different. I'm shocked he did the quarterback sneak, Shane. Are you? I was like, quarterback sneak. It's that simple. He did it. I'll give him.
Yeah.
I said it.
You got a big boy back there at quarterback. I mean, Nick Foles isn't a small guy, and you have to take advantage of that, Phil. When they got down to 1st and goal from the 1, I instantly tweeted out, you have to run here 4 straight times. I didn't want to see any circus bullshit, anything like that. You know, we thought Monty got in. They ran it back. He did have his elbow down.
Yeah, I thought it was wrong, but then it was right.
Yeah. But no, I totally agree with you. I was not expecting them to get in there, Phil. Just, keeping everything honest. They got in, but, when they went up 20-6, this defense is built to pin their ears back and go attack. And, I mean, they did that. But then you see this pass interference penalty on Jalen Johnson. And Kenny Albert's like, oh, yeah, that's clear. That's clear. And Jonathan Vilma, got to give him credit.
He stepped up this
horrible analyst. He's like, Kenny, what are you looking at? He's like, there's no way. And
that was the worst call I've seen in the last 2 years. I texted Shane in the group. How are you calling? That's just plain soccer fake fall down bullshit. That's what that is. If you're calling that, then you damn well better call the one on fucking Allen Robinson where it's crystal clear. It's crystal clear. And then the fucking pick 6 shit again with this guy. I can't even do it. I can't even do it. Yeah, it's a hard position to play. How about this? You're a professional. It's hard to play quarterback. We have no problem destroying quarterbacks here in this town. We call a spade a spade. You call a duck a duck. You call your Nikes a Nikes. Fake Nikes are fake Nikes. Leather is leather. Blether is blether. We know what it is. Call it for what it is. Feel sorry for nobody. I feel sorry for you, the fans, that invest millions of hours and time and money into a team that could be something special, and yet all they do is who likes their personnel decisions? Somebody put your comment up in the chat that likes the Bears' personnel decisions. No, exactly. I'm sure there's nobody. I can't figure them out, Shane. I can't. You bring one guy on, you're going to run a fucking flea flicker. And all of a sudden, he goes out of the game. You want to run slants? No, let's leave Anthony Miller in there, who doesn't know his ass from his elbow. All he wants to do is make a big play. Those guys don't get first downs.
Phil, this personnel, I mean, the Bears are not overpowered. They're not a speed merchant team. We've talked about that time and time again. Mm-hmm. To run slants with this personnel that they have is something that should be happening all the time.
Every series.
And we rarely get it.
Here's your personnel. Ready? You want to see dominating inside the red zone? Here it is. Jimmy Graham in the slot, Kmet at tight end, and Allen Robinson outside him. On the backside, you are either having Darnell Mooney, who's going to threaten over the top, or you're going to have Javon Wims. That's it. And the running back, David Montgomery, in the backfield. That's your red zone offense. They want the identity? I'm running out of that every down. Now I'm motioning. Jimmy Graham's coming across. Now you got 2 tight ends. You get everything called now. It forces the defense to show their hand because Jimmy Graham could attack that middle, but guess what? You saw Kmet. What did he do, Shane? He separated inside a fucking a telephone booth. He's fucking catching the football. This is what you could do with these guys that have big time opportunity. Anthony Miller should not be in on the red zone. He is not that. He's motivated now to be your slot guy, your 4th receiver. Get Javon Wims, get Riley Ridley up, let them compete, because what we're seeing is awful, man.
I think you have to. I think it was Dustin Regan Padilla was talking about with this during the game. I think you have to get Ginn out, set him down, activate Ridley.
Yep.
And at this point, Phil, if you can get something from, I didn't want Anthony Miller in there with his shoulders because I thought we could rely on him on offense. I didn't want him at punt returner. Now that's really, I guess that's where you should put him.
Yeah. Get Wynn out of there. Bring Ridley. Ginn. Thank you. You read my mind. Get Ginn out of there. Free Ridley. Hashtag free Ridley. I see MG Blazer 77. Totally agree. Free Ridley. You got him because he was the beacon of light, Shane.
Yeah.
Of route running in the draft. Well, guess what we need? Separation and people that are open. I was asking Claudio. I can't remember. Maybe I'm just in the moment, can't remember. I don't remember a wide receiver getting wide open and our quarterback hitting them and then running through the seam for a touchdown. I can't remember the last time I've seen it. Can you?
Marty Booker?
I mean,
versus Tampa?
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. There's no consistency in formational use. Let me talk X's and O's virtually. If you come out in 2 tight ends, right? And then you run the football, and the very next play, you pull one of the tight ends out, you go trips. You gained 6 yards, 3 yards. You were a positive gain. Once you go out of that formation and go into shotgun now, you've told everybody you're throwing. Even if you run a draw, you're stopped because the defense is not thinking. Your job is to make them think. All you're doing is throwing formations up. This guy is the worst personnel usage coach and situational coach I've ever seen. You could be up 37-3 and he still doesn't get it. He still doesn't get it, man. He just doesn't. I almost died when I saw the fucking wishbone.
Yeah.
It's the inverted bone, to be perfectly honest. Because I don't think the fullback was front. I think it was reversed.
But let's not forget how big the drop was for Carolina.
Oh, my God.
I mean, the Bears bit down on that, and I thought at first, I saw him extend his hand.
I couldn't believe he fucking almost caught that.
I know. It was a hell of a play.
That was a hell of an effort.
Whew, I guess
I fucking hated every minute of it, but it was a hell of an effort. I'm not kidding. I gave him a lot of credit there. I don't know. Claudio, is the coach almost there? We could see you. Just give us a thumbs up. No. Okay. Keep an eye on it. Keep refreshing. Shane, I got to say this, though. Bilal Nichols. 2 weeks in a row, coming into the games, really playing. I know, but really playing well. I mean, he was a standout to me on first vantage. Obviously, Mario Edwards, he's like that fucking, when you get that girl that thinks you're cute and you get the extra scoop of ice cream. That's what Mario Edwards is. He's an extra scoop now, all of a sudden, putting pressure inside. He's playing really well. I love, though, what Bilal Nichols is doing, not only in the run game, and as well as defending, being an inside pass rusher. You saw it on the sack, on the stunt. They came around, had a game stunt. He got to the one-on-one with
the
Teddy.
Offensive guard 3 times on that play. Seriously.
Oh, my God. He showed a lot. The only thing that it was 4th and 2, I think, or 4th and 1, and he needed someone to help him because the guard's tackling him. And then, what's his name? Mike Davis. Just trucks
he's
over.
A load. I mean,
he is a load.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen... how many 4th down conversions did they get today? Jesus fucking Christ.
3? I think so.
3 of them?
And they almost had that if they would have converted that 4th and 2, Phil, the one we were just talking about with the drop.
Oh my God.
You talk about the momentum switch that provides for a team like that at home. I know you're not worried too much about the crowd because it was more pro Chicago than anything they were saying, but that momentum shift would have been huge there. But there's so many swings and ebbs and flows in this game that the referees dictated. And I mean, you saw the Allen Robinson play early on, then you saw the Eddie Jackson play, and
my God, how is that not a come on,
Phil? I think one of the most underrated plays in this game was Akeem Hicks trying to scoop that ball. If Eddie scoops
Oh my!
that
I
ball,
said it to you.
yeah. Well,
I
yeah.
said it to you. I go, fucking Eddie.
Yeah, he's
Let Eddie scoop, because I get it. He doesn't know, but if you get that play, you honestly are gonna get a different showcase. You're gonna get a different showcase there because you don't have the interception, the double turnover. That's another coaching situation. You get inside the red zone, you need to be able to understand that you're going to run the football after a short field turnover. You're throwing, and that was just a dumb decision by Nick Foles. That really was a dumb. And the fourth down, I will say this, the third down where he's throwing and he should be running, I'm calling Coach Nagy now. Nick Foles throws a wobbly ball and it's ill-timed. If he put it out in front of Allen Robinson, then I think he gets it. Here's Coach Nagy now, though. We can't hear him, Claudio. We can't hear him, Claude. You gotta... Did you check the box to share? I don't think you did.
Down.
There you go.
That's a
now make
good
it
football
full
team
screen,
on offense
Claude.
that's well coached. So I was really
We're teaching
happy with
Claudio
that part.
on the way.
They flipped the field
Hit
for the
that
offense.
little box
and,
square on
just
the bottom right
as a
corner.
unit on
There you
defense
go.
was a fun one. I complimented them to the
Producer
very end
Claude.
there in that locker room. That's, again, hats off to Matt Rule with what he's doing there with this team. I think he's a really, really good football coach that does a great job, and they have a good football team. So, but at the same point in time, no one's gonna for us in our room, we're gonna be super fired up about 5-1, and winning on the road is hard. We got some things we got to clean up, and we will do that. We'll have a nice little extra day here before the Monday night game. So with that, I'll go ahead and answer questions.
Jason Leisure.
Hey, Matt, with the offense, at some point, do you make peace with yourself that this might be what it is and this is how you're going to have to nip and tuck?
At least you're asking. Your offense sucks.
Yeah, it's it's hard to say, Jason. It's to have we had 23 rushes, I think, for 60-something yards, and that's hard. That's hard. So we
against the
you're
worst
right. I mean,
run D in the
at some
league.
point we have to figure out what those answers are and the why part. And that's
Change
what we'll
personnel,
do.
asshole.
I know in these type
How
of
about
games,
take the left
I guess
tackle
the one
out?
thing that I don't want to take away the excitement from our team right now that we're 5-1. I think
you don't want to hold yourself accountable, do you?
Say, man,
I don't want to. We're
just looking for
5-1.
50 points a game and
Fuck outta
get the run game going, and we need to. I mean, trust me, man. It's hard right now.
It's on you. Be you.
We're trying to figure out that why part in so many ways.
Fucking why.
But with that
I'll
said,
tell you why.
I'll never question our guys on offense, coaches and players in regards to their
you
effort
are.
and what they're trying to do.
I'm
Never-
going to question
never
a
do
lot
it.
of effort.
And so we got to fix it. We got to just keep
That's
working.
why
The
you
good thing
suck,
is
Coach.
that we're 5-1, and when we do get this thing clicking, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're doing enough right now to get the wins, and I refuse to take away the excitement that we have as a team right now in that locker room.
Jeff Dickerson.
Eric, go fuck yourself. How
And I'm
about
sure
that?
you know, teams that open up 5-1 historically, the numbers are really good for a strong finish and for the playoffs. I know you're not trying to think that far ahead or anything, but I mean, what does this do for you? How does this set you up? Getting off to this great start, schedule gets pretty tough here coming up with Rams and Titans and
Exactly,
everything.
Sony.
How does this set you up for the rest of the year, getting off to the 5-1 start?
It's huge, especially in the world we're in today in 2020, right? The unknown of what's going on here in the future. Shoot, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, let alone, the next couple weeks. So
Keep
to
stepping
be able
up,
to get out to a
Terrence.
fast start, that's just a credit to our coaches and to our players of the fight that they have. And we told them, man, every win you can get. What are we now? 5-0 in the conference. Have the loss to an AFC team. So those matter in the end when it comes down to conference records and tiebreakers. And we're not, hopefully what happens in a perfect world is we're winning and we're 5-1. And man, wouldn't that be awesome to
Click
get
it.
this offense rolling? And
Let's get it rolling.
As
It's
you're
week
going
6.
into the end of
Exactly,
the year, into the playoffs,
Xavier.
and then it starts clicking. So that's what we got to do. That's why I refuse to be in that situation where we're just being hard on all the guys all the time. We just got to be positive and just keep rolling, man.
Dan Wiedeber.
I
Matt,
love this question.
What struck you about what clicked on the touchdown pass from Nick to Cole? And given what led up to that with the 2 plays, a timeout, a delay of game, what was your, I guess, energy after getting into the end zone after that sequence?
Yeah, so number one, let's start with the good. The good was a lot of trust by Nick,
That's
a
coming
special
next.
throw and a special catch with great protection, right? So if those two, that previous timeout and the false start, if that doesn't happen, we're really excited that we came
Our
out
fans
of that
are better at asking
with a
questions,
touchdown
Shane.
after a takeaway by, after a takeaway by our defense. Instead, I was, I had to cool down a little bit on the sideline, to say the least, after how that went. But I did. I sat down and I relaxed, and that's just the timeout.
Hey,
and
Matt,
and a delay game.
What were your thoughts
situation
about
when we're
the
in red
locker room
zone,
after you've won?
We're lucky we got that touchdown. I'll just say that.
What caused that? What caused the delay?
Stupidity.
It's there's just,
Look
I
at
guess
this.
it was a little loud. I don't know. I guess it was a little loud.
Oh,
wow.
JJ?
He's being sarcastic like a shit.
Matt, we kind of heard a similar message from you last week. Hey, it's really great that we're 4-1, and then the next day you were frustrated with some of the lack of details. Did you make
All right, JJ,
any
you're
mental
getting
notes
there.
of when I go back and I watch the game, tonight on the plane back, like I'm going to look for this, and how do you balance those
Not
messages
one
of
Leno
right
question
after the
yet.
game being positive, and then
And
go back
tiptoes
and
around us.
look at it, maybe be frustrated with some of the stuff.
Yeah, no, this one's different. Last week, I thought it was consistent throughout the whole game. This is that deal right there at the very beginning, and that's what magnifies it. Is like, man, we did a great job getting the football. We're rocking and rolling. We're down here in the red zone. Let's go get a touchdown. Let's make it nice and clean. And instead, it's choppy, and you got to take a timeout because we're not in the right formation, and then a delay a game because of that. And so, gosh, let's go. I love it, but let's go. And then so we got the touchdown. And again, what's unfortunate here is that what I hate talking about all this time is that our defense played lights out today. And that's where
That's the only reason why you won.
We want to look at all
Jackass.
the negatives and stuff, but really, guys, I mean, what's pretty cool is that
Look,
our
he's
defense
switching.
played lights out today. They
You
played
see how
awesome
he's
against a
doing
good
that, Shane?
offense, and so I just want to be careful of getting too much of that because I'm
He's
pretty
a
excited
former
right now. We're
realtor.
5-1.
He's a former
Kevin
realtor
Fishbane.
trying to manipulate the fucking
keep asking about
contract.
the offense. Then. When you get to the goal line, with everyone know about the third quarter, what's going through your mind? And then just see David get that run to set it up, and Nick finally punches it in. What's going through your mind as a coach during that sequence?
Yeah, y'all aren't going to ask me anymore about that third quarter. It's off my back. No, that's
because we
just had to
one.
get a
Thanks.
touchdown.
Yeah,
There
thanks,
our
boss.
guys worked too hard and it was too close. And I saw, to be able to get that, I think at that point in the game we had to get that touchdown. A field goal helps you, but
he wants
it's a
no
little deflating
part,
to be that close and not
as
get a
Sharia
touchdown. So
saying,
it was a good job getting in there on the QB sneak.
of
It was so
answering
close
the
on run right
hard
before that,
questions.
but
Hey guys,
again,
let's talk about this defense.
Our guys are fighters.
Oh
Pat
my
Finley?
God. Oh my God. You came here to be the offensive
when
coach.
Nick took over, we talked about his ability to throw the deep ball and trust his receivers and all that. Today, I think he averaged 5 yards an attempt, something like that. Is that how they were playing you? Is that something you need to get better at? What's the disconnect there?
There's some things. So number one, I think you can check me on this, but I think that they were the way they play their scheme, Pat, with what they do. I think they're number one in the NFL in shots downfield, 18 plus, the fewest in the league they've given up. So that's kind of their fundamentals of what they do. They want you to bend and then break. That's what they do on defense. But at the same time, you can still scheme up things and get and create shots. You can do that without a doubt. We tried one there with the flea flicker and they got pressure, so it's like, okay, we call one and we try to create
Ask
one.
about
one,
your
and
left
I think we ended up getting
tackle.
the pass interference. But
One time.
it didn't work, so
Charles
it's a
Leno
little
seems
bit
to
of
be
both,
struggling,
and
coach.
Is
Is that affecting your play calling?
Those are nice when you get those big plays. Big plays are nice. They're good. You
Yeah.
need more of those.
Isolate
Couple more
that
for
from me,
Coach
Acevedo.
Adam Hogue.
Big plays are nice.
Matt, and it was kind of a somewhat similar situation as last week, but the decision to pass there at the end on third down, what went into that?
Yeah, so, for our situation, if you get that first down right there, it's game over. You don't punt the ball back to them. And you can run the ball and possibly get it, and you make them burn the timeout, but that's not an aggressive approach. We've already decided, and it doesn't mean that if we're in that situation again that we can't run the ball. That's not what I'm saying. But being in the situation that we were right there, we felt like, hey, we had a play we liked. We already knew it. We said it because really in that situation, if it's a run pass situation, on
you
first
see how he
down
says we
that
a lot?
on third down
We
you've
had
already
a
made the
play we
decision to
liked?
go for it. You already know what the play is.
No,
On first
you.
down. On third down, I'm saying.
You're the head
you know
coach.
on third down what it's going to be. So that play was ready, and I have to go back and see it. I couldn't see exactly what happened, but we felt really good, all of us, with the decision to do that. And it's one of those ones, you get it, it's a great call, and it's game over. And if you don't, it stinks, and you got to give the ball back to them. And so we gotta finish the end of those games.
Brad Biggs.
Let's see what Biggs time
Hey, Matt,
comes in.
I got a couple questions here.
Good.
And the final two were non-offense, so I know that's going to put
Thank you.
Thanks, Brad. Look.
The first one is offensive positive. With the no huddle,
God.
it really wasn't a hurry up. Can you explain sort of why you were able to?
That was the
generate
smartest
some
coaching
momentum with
decision he
that?
did, and it was
then the
probably
second
false.
two, DHC with the pick at the end, just how you've seen him grow, and then when Cairo connects from downtown, I got to think that really raises your confidence in him.
Yeah, so the first one was in regards to the tempo. And for us, we had to change something up because
Exactly, Noah.
It was 1st and 10 to 2nd and 11, and it just something wasn't working. And so we gotta change the tempo, and we had the ability to do that. And we said let's test it out. Well, it kind of worked.
Exactly, Brian.
And there was a rhythm there, and we were popping some runs, spacing out a little bit, being able to get rid of the ball. And so we just felt like we were better in that situation. And like you said, it's not like you're the old school Oregon offense where you're just flying around going as fast as you can. There's a control to it. So we just decided to stay in that, and at least we were getting some first downs and getting rhythm. As far as DHC, I'm really proud of him. He's what a role player for us in this team on defense, special teams. He's just a quiet leader that does things the right way, and he's come up so big in these situations. And that's what it's all about. We got a group of good people that believe in one another, and the coach is believing in him. And then Cairo, for me, just from him being a kicker in Kansas City when I was there for those years, I always had a lot of confidence in him. Every time he was there, never once did I ever think about the
softer questions than Leno's
I'll be honest
play.
with you, I'm really in that mode right now with him. I know that that 55-yarder, it didn't shock me that he hit it. The thing with Cairo is that he's very confident, and he doesn't get, if he misses a kick, okay, I missed a kick, I'll get the next one. And I appreciate that about him. And so those guys are doing really well, and really DHC, Cairo, and other guys are, like even with our punt team today with Pat, getting that punt off at the end, that's hard.
That's it, Coach. Thanks for your time.
All right. Thank you.
Sony, reach
Next
out
up, media,
to.
we're gonna have Alan Robinson.
I got it, Phil.
Oh, you got it? Okay. Guys, seriously. You want to watch the coach without the comments? Go watch the stream on YouTube. Feel free. But in this network, we deal with truth. And in truth is a responsibility for us to understand what's going on. You want to watch Alan Robinson?
All right, media, we got Alan Robinson with us. Pat Finley, go ahead.
Unbelievable how soft those questions were to this coach. You want
Matt
to win
kept
in this
stressing,
town?
hey, we're 5-1, we're 5-1, but it's clear that the offense isn't quite there yet. How do you balance a game that was a little choppy with the result that you guys?
What's this choppy thing, Shane?
Yeah, I mean, it's not as good as we want it to be. Right now, I felt like it was moments in that game where I thought offensively we played really well. We had a couple of drives, especially in that second half where we came out. We moved the ball down the field, got points. Even to end the half. I thought we ended the first half really well, and I thought we started the second half really well. I thought actually we played pretty well, throughout the second half. Just got to finish better at the end of the game.
Dan Wiederer.
A-Rob, you got points out of the short field takeaway to start the game, but Matt was saying there was a little bit of frustration after that drive just because he had a claw to get those 6. What was your reaction, both getting Cole's touchdown and also realizing that you guys probably made it a little harder on yourselves than you had to?
Yeah. We had some communication errors, to start. But again, looking back at it, man, when you look at the whole scheme of it all, even with a scoring, we scored, we moved past it, but that's the league. Again, I mean, as perfect as we wanted to be, and obviously we're striving for perfection. Again, I mean, it may be choppy sometimes, but as long as we, we got to play well at the right moments. That's what's most important about this league. Again, I mean, everybody across the board, players included, everybody want the fantasy points, the numbers to be off the charts. Everybody want that. Like, that's not something that we're remiss and are not, trying to achieve as far as an offense or whatever the case may be. But again, sometimes, you can't, look at the scoreboard. We got to just play ball. We got to, continue to play better each and every play in each and every possession. And I thought at times, like I said before, going into the halftime, I thought we moved the ball really well and got points. And I thought we finished it very well. Again, I think we had 23 points or something like that today. We had some short fields and stuff like that. But again, I mean, if we score on a couple more drives, we're at, 30 plus points. But I thought that we're definitely trending in the right direction.
JJ?
Alan, you talk about making plays at the right time. Just when you're on the sidelines trying to regroup as an offense and you see the Panthers driving down into the red zone, do you just kind of know at this point, or do you believe at this point that, hey, we know they're going to go get a stop, we know they're going to hold them to 3 here?
Honestly, I mean, we're not from an offense, definitely we're hopeful that our defense get a stop, but we're, preparing to, we got to go down and score, especially if they're, close. We know that they may kick a field goal, they may score a touchdown. So the closer they get, the more we're kind of getting into, okay, this is what we got to do. Again, I mean, we got to go down and score. We got to make it a 2-possession game again, or whatever the case may be. But from an offensive standpoint, we're always seeking, that we want to go score points.
Jason Leisure.
Alan, you guys at 5-1, what do you think you have here? What do you think this team can be?
I think that we got a chance to be an extremely good team. Again, like I said before, I mean, we haven't yet played our best ball at all. But what I can say is, the more snaps that we're getting, the more that we're playing ball. We're seeing things that we like. We're getting the stuff that we like. Again, I mean, we haven't been perfect just yet, or we haven't had that really breakout explosive game. But I definitely think that that's around the corner. I definitely, like I said before, from my perspective, I see us trending
Bill
in the right
Lazor
direction.
will take over calls.
I thought some drives for us. I thought we played extremely well. I thought we moved the ball, very efficiently and very effectively. On a few drives this game. So again, I thought it was one of those games where even though we may not have been scoring points, it was some drives that may have stalled and things like that. But I personally don't feel like we just got into one of those games where we were going 3 and out and this and that. I thought we moved the ball, and I thought we made plays, and I thought that we played well, definitely in particular situations.
Last one for Alan. Joe Lewis.
One. Let's see what they got. Last question.
Yeah. Hey, Rob. With this being Nick Foles' second start with you all in his third game, do you feel like you all are finally building chemistry together as a wide receiver core and a quarterback?
Definitely. I think that's across the board. I think as far as the chemistry, on the whole offensive side of the ball, getting to certain checks and stuff like that during the game. Things that we may not have even done throughout the course of the week, but we feel like it may work, whatever the case may be. We're doing that now, and we have the ability to do that, and again, I think that's something that for us, as we're kind of adding stuff in, as far as what we like and things that are being effective, the better we're going to be. Like I said before, I mean, we're sitting at 5-1 right now, almost at the halfway point in the season. And again, for us, we're still trending in the right direction. We haven't played our best football. Our best ball is ahead of us. By the end of the day, we're 5-1. So again, I mean, like I said before, we don't have any complacency on this team and on this offense. So we're always striving to get better, and we're gonna be better.
Thanks for your time, Alan.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Allen Robinson coming in onto the stream here, Shane. I don't get it. I don't subscribe to making up excuses. If you want that, you could find that elsewhere. If you want excuses, you could find that elsewhere. If you don't realize the passion then go somewhere else and find, what you want. We're not here to placate anyone. I think we got Nick Foles coming up. Let's see how Nick handles the bad
first
pick.
possession, kind of some good and some bad in there. What did you think of that? The short field that you had, and how did the delay of game happen?
Yeah, we were having issues. I don't know. Honestly, we got to look back just with communication in the huddle, and not the greatest way to start, but ultimately we were able to get a touchdown and get Cole's first touchdown, which is huge. But we just got to be better. A couple unique plays right there that we weren't able to line up correctly. So we got to figure out what was going on and move on. But thank goodness we were able to put together a touchdown right there with the short field because of our defense.
Mike Berman.
One left tackle question. Let's see. What are the odds?
Nick, the trend kind of continues. You're not finding that consistency that you're striving for
Mike
on
Berman
offense, but
sounds
you
like
are winning games.
The Empire.
How do you come to grips with all that? Is this what you guys are? Kind of a win ugly, inconsistent team? Are you okay with that? Or does the offense really have to improve for you to go where you want to go?
Well, I first say, would you rather lose pretty or win ugly? I think that we'd rather win ugly. I think that's the common thing. So I think it tells you a lot about our team. Is this who we are offensively? We want to improve. We want to get better. We want to have rhythm. But ultimately in the NFL, it's about winning games. It doesn't matter how you do it. It just matters that you get it done. If you put up 50 points and you lose a game, those 50 points don't mean anything. So right now we're winning games. We're playing together as a team. We can improve. I think that's exciting. If we were winning these games and playing perfect and they were this tight and we're playing perfect, what do you do? Where do you improve? I mean, then we're sitting here like, man, I guess when we just,
Starts
those
with the
teams,
offensive line.
Well, right now we have a lot of areas to improve offensively once again, but we are figuring out ways to, score and get points and move the ball and do those things. We can fix what we're doing. It doesn't happen overnight.
Last
Offenses
person to
don't
lose
get
pretty?
fixed overnight.
I don't
Sometimes
know.
they don't get fixed throughout the course of years. You've
I've
seen in the
never seen a
NFL, there have been
pretty
teams
loss.
that have been bad offensively for a very long time. We're not one of those teams. We're a team that's young offensively. We're growing. We're getting to know each other. We're figuring out who we are, and we're doing it at the right time. And as a team, we're winning these games. And
I like
think
the
that's what's
passion in
important.
his answer. He's getting
Now, we're not
fired
going
up.
to get complacent and say, hey, man, we're 5-1. This is it. No, like we're sitting there in the locker room after the game talking through it. Hey, we got to be better here. This is what we got to do here. Communication here, route running here. Hey, we got to be
There's
able to
a
run
little
the ball
passion,
here. We
Shane.
know
Look
that.
at him.
I know you're all going to ask those questions. We know that. And that's what's
Good.
exciting because we don't have to have y'all
Where's his
say,
water bottle?
hey, you doing this? Hey, we
There's
know.
no water
But
bottle,
we also
Shane.
know that we're going to improve because we believe
right.
in one another.
I like
And that's
this.
what great teams do. Great teams find a way to win a game. Bad teams win with prettiness. Great teams win no matter how it takes. So I'm proud of our guys. I think we'll continue to improve. Are we where we want to be? No, we're not where we want to be. But I'm excited about our offense. I'm excited about the guys that are there.
Now
I
let's
like the
talk about your
communication, the tackling on the
tackles.
sideline. I love the passion of the
TVs
players.
are getting shut off
Most
at Alice
important,
Hall on
they care.
Monday, just
And
like-
we're bonding. We're getting to know each other. That's football. Go out there and play football.
This is
You
a
gotta care
leader.
about the man
I
next to you
agree.
to make those plays. So I like where we're at. I know we're going to improve. I believe in our staff. I believe in our players. And I'm really grateful to be a part of this organization.
Look
Dan
at
Weeder.
you, Nick.
Nick, on the touchdown pass to Cole, wondering
I like
what your
the
eyes
fire.
told you and what gave you the trust to give him that opportunity, and given some of the conversations that you've had with him recently about just him staying patient, what was the reward for him, obviously getting in the end zone for the first time?
To be honest, the play wasn't even designed for him. We haven't thrown that route all week, and there was just something in my gut where I'm like, I'm going to pull this trigger right here.
That's why
He's
you're
gonna
the
catch it,
quarterback.
we're going to go, and that's football sometimes. They had a guy covering down on our running back, and they did a nice job with their coverage, pushing a guy over and playing a little lower, and, Cole made a great play. There's a reason he's here. He can make those plays and go up and,
Where is he for the
help us
rest of the
out.
game?
And I was talking
Nick.
to, Jimmy in the locker room. I think Jimmy Graham caught his first touchdown as a rookie in the stadium as well, which I think is really cool. I don't know if y'all knew that. Pretty cool, though. Now y'all can write about something else. So there you go. You're welcome.
No, we're going to write about Leno,
Yeah,
hopefully.
Absolutely.
Ask him, please.
He's taking shots. I like that.
I do. Someone
Nick,
ask him about left tackle.
How much better do you guys need to be at the deep stuff?
Come on, you
Like
motherfucker.
there was a
They
lot of
can't
short
block it.
today.
They can't block
It
it.
is dangerous
How is he going to throw it?
offensively. How do you fix
Jesus.
up the deeper stuff?
Yeah, I mean, each game is its own entity.
Specific O-line question, please.
explosive plays. If they're not number one, they're up there in the top. So the reason is they play a lot of zone. So it's hard to hit those deep plays. There was a couple of times we tried to, it didn't work out. But that's something we got to keep working on. We got to be able to get those big chug plays. We got a few, but we got to get more. And I think they're going to come. Once again, being able to figure out how to win is great because now we can, hey, we won, but hey, let's get better. Let's try to get some bigger plays. Let's get our playmakers out there, let them do the thing downfield. That'll open up the box, help us run the ball, and then we just continue to improve as an offense.
Kevin Fishbane.
I do like the fire, for the record.
Hey, Nick, I want to ask you about two plays kind of on the opposite ends of the spectrum. What happened on the interception? And then the flip side, the 3rd and 9 to A-Rob. How did that play develop for you?
Interception. I felt pressure from the left. I was trying to make.
Of course, it's from the left. Where else would it be?
I was just trying to, get us down there. Try to get it over. The defender guy made a good play. In reality, that's on me. In reality, I should just throw it away or try to hit Jimmy for a 2-yard completion and go to 2nd down. I got a little, too aggressive, just trying to make a play. I'll learn from it, put it in the database, and move on. And then I assume the 3rd and 9 was when I hit. Was that the personal foul too? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, 4th quarter.
You know what? A-Rob should not be open on that play. And they had 2 guys on him, and he was able to split him and make a play. And then we got the penalty, and that's a huge part of the game. So he's a guy that I trust. Even when he should be covered, he's not covered, and that was a big play in the game. So happy he got open.
JJ?
Nick, you talk about believing that these issues are fixable, and because you have all this belief in your teammates, are there other things that make you believe, hey, like the issues that have popped up while we're winning and
left
learning
tackle
how to win will get fixed throughout
in
the season?
world shape. It's the biggest issue on this whole team.
You know what?
And it's not asked.
When you win a game like this and you get back to the locker room, obviously you're excited because it's very hard to win in the NFL. But when you can sit down as men and you're not satisfied and not happy, and you want to discuss where we can get better right after a win against a good team, that tells you a lot. Because we could easily just go in there, but you know what, we won, doesn't matter. No, that's not what was happening in the locker room. We were sitting there having discussions. How can we do this better? What can we do here better? Coaches and players are talking. And that is what it's about. We're not
getting red in the face.
We want to get better.
He hears me, Shane.
It's easy to say, hey, 5-1, this is awesome, the NFL. No, that's not what I see here. And I've been on teams where maybe at the beginning of the season, you're trying to figure out who you are offensively. You're sputtering at times. And then all of a sudden, you just keep believing, you keep working, you keep watching film. Who do we want to be? What do we do well? How can we do this? And then all of a sudden, there's that one game.
Remember when I was credentialed, Shane, and they walked me out?
Times in my career, I've been a part of it. But it all starts with after games like this, you sit there, you have the conversations, and you are not satisfied with simply winning the game because you know you have to get better. And I think that's just
I like his fire too, Caesar.
You can't just be satisfied and become complacent. You have to continue to work on the little details every single day with what you do to get better. And then it's going to click. You got to believe. Without belief, nothing's possible.
I love it.
Brad Biggs.
Guy's preaching now.
Hey, Nick, in the no huddle, it wasn't a hurry up or anything today, but it certainly seemed to provide a little bit of spark or maybe a momentum.
Hurry up, no huddle's the same thing, Biggs. No acumen. That's you.
And I think you probably had some success using that against the Bucks as well. Can you talk about what makes that click?
Matt Nagy not calling plays. That's what makes it click.
When you switch speeds. It's like playing basketball. You got a fast break. You bring it up. You do all these different things. You got to show them these different speeds. And it ultimately comes down to putting stress on the defense and then letting players make plays. When you go no huddle, hey, they're on their heels. When you huddle up, sometimes they can get a good call on for what they practice all week. Well, all of a sudden you're no huddle. Some of their calls aren't possible from that situation. So I think it's a good change up. Is it something we're going to major in? I don't know. But we're going to continue to work and show these different
one
speeds
fucking Leno?
That's what offenses do. You can huddle up.
Why?
Well, you can go no huddle.
Fans,
we know who they are.
We need to step up. Start challenging these fucking media dudes. You're on Twitter all the time.
Really, our first time switching
this
up
is
the tempo.
ridiculous.
We were able to get a couple good drives going that really helped us get a W tonight.
Couple more for Nick. Jason Leisure.
He had a false start penalty
Nick,
as well.
Nick, as imperfect as it was, did this feel a little more thorough and complete of a game to you guys where you're not scrambling at the end trying to come back?
What?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even. Were we?
I had a heart attack at the end.
I mean,
You
I was
were not.
playing. Yeah, and that's the thing is like I stay in the moment. I don't worry too much about the score. I just play because it's too much of a grind in the NFL. If you start playing and obviously you gotta be smart at times, but
Exactly, Ken.
I think that's different. We're not playing
Fix
from
the O-line.
behind 16, 17 points. We had the lead. We were able to keep the lead. It was a 2-score game at some points. Then it went to 1 score, and then we were able to move the ball. Defense comes up big. Once again, great team win. Not easy. Really proud of our guys.
Totally agree, Patrick.
It was different where we're not at the end trying to, come back and make plays and win at the last second and stuff like that. So it was nice to have that lead.
I
It's just
bet
now
you
we got to
they
build and put more points on board. So, hey, we can hit that 4-minute a little earlier and finish the game.
Last one, Dan
I bet you
Lederer.
it'll sell a lot of papers because 700
You
plus
seem
in
genuinely
here
more juiced
will
up
buy
than
a
we've
paper.
seen you at any time since you've been in Chicago. Is that a fair assessment?
Hey, the more you play, the more you're with these guys, the more you grind out these wins and we get to know each other. I'm excited I think I'm just excited because I felt like we got a little bit better tonight. I feel like we're figuring out who we want to be. And that excites me. I think the conversations after the game in the locker room juiced me up and got me excited because we're not just sitting there happy with winning. And that excites me about this.
I love that.
With these
I
guys.
totally agree.
I'm exhausted.
in on that.
I can't
He's
wait to take a nap
exhausted.
on the plane. But I am
He
hitting
took
a
a
little bit
beating.
of adrenaline right now. But once I hit that bus in that plane, I'll be out. But I think it's the conversations in the locker room with my teammates. We were able to get a Meek Mill song on in the locker room. It reminded me of Philly a little bit. So I'm not gonna lie, that got my juices going. So shout out to Meek. Yeah.
What song was it?
Was it
Jesus
Dreams and
Christ.
Nightmares?
How about ask about a tackle?
So
instead
it
of the
brought back a
song?
memory for me that was exciting, and then we were.
was
I might have
sweet
got up
dreams.
and danced a little bit.
Lionel's
I'm
giving me
more like country,
nightmares.
maybe some Christian rap. But I'll tell you what, if Meek comes on with that song,
He's coming
I
with
get rolling.
Christian rap. Hey, I'm
Thanks
not
for your
going to
time,
hate him.
Nick.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
Nick Foles, you gotta love him. I thought he had the passion and the fire. That's what we love about this network. Listen, just gonna rehash this. You want to watch the pressers and all that shit without Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man commenting? Feel free, go over there, watch that. Here, we're keeping it 100 with you, the fans, asking the hard questions. Clearly, media, and some of them are my friends, they can't do it. For whatever reason, they can't recognize the real problem because they don't have football acumen. All of us that are craving this shit have the acumen. So that's going to bring me to a business thing before we get to our next segment. Our channel, our subscription to Patreon is now open. If you want to become a patronage member, right here below, www.thetapeneverlies.com. Head over there, subscribe to the channel. So many of you have done already. This week you are going to get the full Tape Never Lies is going to be there. The short and condensed is going to be free to everyone on this channel, just like BHL, keeping it 100 on Wednesday night. NFL Tape Never Lies Network, total access. Look at it, it's right over my head, right here. That's what you're going to become a part of. So many of you have already signed up, over 270 of you, or 260 something of you. Just to be clear, some of you don't know. That's where the full breakdown. We're going to have live shows there, which we did a halftime today, and a pregame show. We're not going to do the pregame all the time, but the halftime show will be every week with me and by myself or with Shane like it was today. Just clearing up all of this confusion and questions. The Tape Never Lies. Patronage, you are getting that Wednesday, or it depends on when the goddamn All 22 comes out. That's when I go to work. It'll be to you. Check your emails when you subscribe. You will be asked to enter a private Facebook group. We have two bouncers looking for you to go there.
Download the Patreon app. That's the easiest
Patreon
way.
app will direct you through there. True Bears channel. I totally appreciate that. That's what we're doing here. So much we will get into with that, but I don't want to waste any more time. This has been the big, not that it is a waste of time. You got to know where things are, because people are going to ask me 500 times, where's the Tape Never Lies? The full 30-minute or whatever, plus you're going to get, and I think I'm going to decide, I think this might be the Roquan Smith week for the patronage people to see how Roquan is growing up right before everything we talked about, hoping about he would do. I thought he was the best player on defense today. Let's just be honest. That's how I saw this game. That's how and Bilal Nichols was a close B. And that's a great defense out there. But anyway, that's where you're going to find it right here. TheTapeNeverLies.com. It'll take you directly there. Subscribe. You'll get a message. We will continue to communicate there. And so much more is going to go. Fuck Green Bay always. Yes, I totally agree. Now, every week, our guest coming up. You got to have hype. You got to have passion for this show to get on. A lot of people are pretenders. They're coming in with pillows, Shane. Ivan is a good one of the standouts for me. The kicker guy, the dancer, Mike from Japan calling in last week. This week, we're bringing in somebody from the game. Our first ever live listener from the game. Are you kidding me? The guy's freaking having hype. He's going to give us what it was like in COVID to be at an NFL game when there hasn't really been anybody. But we always do this segment like this.
It's 100 Crew Hot Takes. Phil and Shane bringing on a fan to talk Bears and what just happened in the Bears game each and every week. You have to have hype.
Phil's always telling me to hype.
You can't be flat. So be ready, be prepared and bring your passion.
I had hype coming out of my ass.
It's 100 Crew Hot Takes. Hashtag Spencer Strong.
Those are big time fucking throws.
It's the best motherfucking podcast live show on the planet. It's Bears Hour Live. What do we have here? We got our boy Sonny Parrish. I've been calling him Sony for years. I've been seeing you commenting on the tape. Hey, that's what we need from you. So what was it like, first of all, to be at the stadium watching these Bears live?
Well, it was great. 75%. They only got about 6,000 into the stadium, so there's about 75% of it was Bears fans. So it was amazing. I mean, we had "Go Bears" chants, "Let's go Bears," the whole 9 yards. So no, I mean, this was the first one, of course, we could get to. I tried to get to Atlanta. I don't live too far from Charlotte. Got tickets for the Tennessee game, but man, it was good to watch the boys live. They did play with passion. A lot of mistakes on that offensive side of the ball, especially the offensive line. But, that defense, man, as soon as we would do a mistake or something would happen, they were throwing that helmet on, running it out, getting after it, son. I mean, and you're right, Roquan Smith was all over the field. I mean, in pass coverage, tackling, wherever. John Jenkins was nice to see back. You saw him stuff that middle. They were not going to run the middle. They bounced a couple out. Yeah, your boy. You saw him bounce to come out. Him with Bilal in the middle, and of course Hakeem doing his thing. But I mean, we did well. So I mean, no, the Bears fans were on it. Like I said, we took over the stadium.
That's awesome.
Great. It was awesome, man.
That is awesome. Just like this guy's repping the Tape Never Lies in the Philippines, Shane.
There you go.
Christ, I was with the Philippines all weekend, Sonny. I got a new TV. Who gets a new TV to put in their studio and the fucking thing doesn't work? I'll never buy a Fire TV. I was on the phone with the Philippines all weekend. It's the fucking... I don't know what Sandlin and these guys think about Samsung. I mean, these phones, the Galaxy software killed me. I had to buy a Samsung. Even though maybe it is a Galaxy. I don't know.
Yeah,
but Samsungs do have the best TVs. I will give them that, in my opinion. But anyway, the passion is there in the stadium, just like it is here in this show. You can probably go out there and play better than Leno. How many times were you thinking of me when you saw Leno escorting Nick Foles, escorting defensive players into Nick Foles?
Oh, well, it goes through my head all the time. The revolving door, walrus. I mean, the picture was popping in my head all the freaking time. I saw Coward actually, the new guard in there.
Yeah.
Telling him what to do, pointing to him in the game. Yeah, I was with my dad. Me and Pops go to the game anytime we can go, and we were giving Leno help. I mean, they have to do something at the left tackle. I got it. Massey's not playing great, but we have to address that left tackle position. I mean, it starts with an S. The boy from the Packers. What's his name? The backup tackle.
Spriggs.
Spriggs. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Spriggs
is a nice sized guy. Let's give him a shot.
Spriggs coming out of Indiana. Ask Shane. He was in my top 5 tackles that draft.
His
he
biggest
got
thing is
injured there.
Yeah, he can't stay healthy. That's
He
his
can't
biggest
stay
thing.
healthy. So put him in the game. But he's healthy now.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? I saw some fans comment, well, they got nobody else. Yeah, they do.
Well, listen, this is a league that's built how did the Bears game end today? You saw DeAndre Houston Carson out there making a play as a fucking backup. If you don't have faith in your backups at different positions, they shouldn't be on the 53. Let's be honest. I don't think that you can put a guy like Jason Spriggs in there that's probably chomping at the bit to earn the right to get out there.
To prove himself again. Exactly.
And that he's going to be worse than Charles Leno is. I mean, Charles Leno is so off script and just so soft at this point. He got fat and lazy after he got his contract.
That's how he plays. That's how, I mean, when you see it, that's how he plays. I mean, like I hear you guys talk. Everything's forward. The head's forward. The hands are forward. The feet are behind. The feet aren't moving. It's fundamental stuff, man. I mean, we're not talking about, he's playing against a good D end or a good front seven. It's none of that crap. This guy doesn't show the passion. And that's one thing. You see him going off the field, and big old boobies bouncing, getting off the field, looking for his wife. Well, I'm not even going to get that.
It's a mentality.
Yes, it's a mentality thing.
It's a mentality.
It's a
That's the
mentality
thing.
thing.
Yeah, especially on the offensive line. That's what it's all about. But what I will never be able to figure out, and I'm not saying that Alex Bars is going to go in there and be a dominator. You don't need him to do that. He struggled his first 2 snaps last week, but then he got better. And what is their answer to that? Go sit down again. Go sit down again. It makes no sense. But yet you're going to...
Coward get out there and play tackle too? I mean, hasn't he done it for us in the past? I mean, why not make the move there?
I would love to see Rashad Coward given an opportunity as well. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, Phil's been all over Coward being a tackle. Everybody's been wanting to put him inside because he does play with a nasty demeanor, and I think that's what's lacking. You saw James Daniels improve in that area this year because he was killing people. He was flying guys all the way around.
The defensive side of the ball, right?
Yes.
He came from the defense, so he has that aggressive nature to go attack. And that's what we need. I mean, let everybody. I mean, now it's to the point we can't even freaking run block. Like Leno, I thought was paid because he blocked well for John Fox in the run game. We ran the ball all right. We get 4 or 5 yards a clip, whatever, and that was about it with that offense. And now he came a run block. He sits back, everything's straight up. He stands up every time.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't watch him every play, but I meant to personally watch that guy. And you stand straight up and watch. And you can't watch him all game. You'll be disgusted.
Yeah,
Matt Nagy.
I'm sure there's one play I should have wrote down where it was, but Leno was looking for somebody to block, and all he was just doing this the whole time, looking around, waiting for somebody to show up to him rather than moving.
You know I'm going to be putting that.
I literally saw him air pushing.
Yeah,
I already have the.
That's what I said. He looked like he was waving to he's like a 7-year-old kid in a parade, waving to mom and dad up at the stands. Oh, look what I'm doing down here.
I'm already going to have fun with that. Play on the tape never lies this way. I might put music to it and keep rewinding and make them dance.
It's called circus music.
Exactly. But listen, where did you find how did you find us? Because I know you've been an avid responder, a poster on the YouTube channel of Tape Download.
Well, I found you guys at the other network, not to be named. Probably about a year and a half ago. It's probably close to the end of the 2018 season. We were winning. Started catching you there. Saw this drag Dr. Phil. Said, well, who's this guy? Started watching Tapes Now Relies every week last year. Got you. And then, Phil, I think I've even found you on Facebook, hit you with the messages, things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. And then just listen to you guys. I mean, you like you said, you keep it 100. You call it like it is. I mean, I listen to NFL Network. I listen, not to name names. I listen to other networks, things like that. You know, and they're talking narratives, man. Like, they didn't even watch the game. They look at the stat book. They're not actually watching the game or talking about our team. Even the guys that call themselves, like, I got many podcasts for the Bears. It's like they look at the stat book or something, or they look at some highlights. They don't look at the game and watch the whole game. So that's what I appreciate about you guys. I mean, you guys, and like I said, I mean, you spoke my language, man. I mean, that's where I would see it. Everybody was talking about how great, another thing to be named different, giving Charles Tunnel a great score. I'm like, this guy stinks. This guy is horrible. What are you talking about? He's winning. Yeah, there you go.
You can say it. You can say it.
Yeah,
Call it out.
They kept giving him, and he was in the top 10 of tackles. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And then we paid him. I feel like we paid him off of that recognition and not looking at freaking game tape. Because this guy, and that's the biggest thing, which you guys always rate, he has no passion. You see it. You see it in his play. You see him on the sidelines now. We go to about 3 or 4 Bears games a year. We have to travel. We live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So, I mean, it's not like we live in Chicago and go to every home game.
Right.
But we go every week, and I watch this guy. This guy, I mean, he's never the one. He's never the one putting his hand up. He's never the one getting hyped. He's never the one in the middle of the pile. And, I mean, you can't have that on offensive line the way they've been playing.
Are you an offensive lineman? Are you a former O-line?
Yeah, of course. Former center. Yeah.
There you go. I can tell. I can tell.
Is that going to show up? Is that going to show up in your dance segment?
The big centers don't dance.
Could we get a huddle up? Could we get one of those? There you go. There you go. Throwing the hand up. I would always tell my center, you're responsible for the fucking huddle. Get over there, get them huddled up, and we would have to send wide receivers in to exchange to the play for our quarterback because we didn't have headphones. My voice is so loud, the whole fucking stadium knew about what play. Just run sweep! I would just yell shit justify. I don't care if they know it's coming. Beat the guy in front of you. That's what it's about at the end of the day. We could spend a whole show on Charles Leno. It's unfortunate. Fans are going to get weird. But the reality is, this is the flat tire. This is the thing that's affecting you. The trade deadline is coming up. You have to be involved in trying to better yourself. You're 5-1, and you're doing it despite having critical flat tires affecting your offense. The thing that's holding back this team is what the coach that was hired to come here to fix is responsible for. It's the offense. It's not this defense. They're the ones winning. You're 5-1. Yes, there's a 53. It's an ultimate team sport. But let's be honest. This defense has come to the table time and time again. Again today, with Ajita in my heart, Houston Carson closes out the game with a great headsy play, even smart enough and intelligent enough. I want to say this here. I will point it out on the tape, never lies, to make the great play and get down on the ground. The game's over. Don't need to run. Don't need to be pretty, dancing in the end zone and be selfish. You got down. You won the game because you are your football acumen is high. I love that dude. I think he needs more time on the 2 weeks, Shane, back to back, closing this out.
He knows his role.
He definitely does. Definitely. He should be playing nickel corner if, what's his name, if a screen goes out. They put the old man in there. It gets me fucking nervous.
That's what I told Pops watching the game. I said, oh my goodness, we need Buster back because 27 is a liability. I love the guy.
Oh my God.
He got hurt. McManus got hurt and went
did
out.
he?
Yeah, he popped his hammy again, it looked like. Geez. So he was questionable to return. Yeah. But, Sonny, real quick, you were there live. What was going through your head with the Kyle Fuller play that they ended up flagging him on? On the replay, on the TV feed, they said that it was he made contact with the head. That clearly did not. I mean, it was shoulder to shoulder. The ball popped up.
It was like a Head and Shoulders commercial, for God's sake.
No. I believe the white hat hurt us all on that one. I mean, that was one of many missed calls today, which is expected watching Bears. I've been watching her for a long time, so we never seem like to have that. But no, I mean, it was another clean hit. I mean, it was almost identical to the freaking play that he made last week against Tampa. I mean, the guy's smart.
You got knocked the fuck out.
Yes.
It was clear on the replay. It was clear that the couple Panthers fans that are around us that it wasn't a penalty. But, I want to say one
I
thing.
love Kyle. I love him.
Yeah, I love the kid. I mean, I love the kid and everything else, and he plays great in the way he hits. I didn't see the pass interference that Eddie took to the zone. I don't know. Did he get there early, guys? They never gave us
It
a
was
replay of
very
that.
similar to the one that they called that they didn't call on with Allen Robinson on third down.
Yeah, okay.
The beginning of the game was almost an identical play. But the
There was about
worst
two of those
one,
on Allen Robinson.
yeah, the worst
Yeah.
one was Jalen Johnson. That pass
That
interference.
was the worst call for the last
The receiver
2
stuck
years.
his hand in there. The
Yeah.
Receiver grabbed his arm, if anything.
Grabbed his hand.
It's
Yeah,
ridiculous that the officials were going to be my MVP of this game because they really had the fucking Bears defense in their fucking
I messaged
scope.
you. I told you put on a Panthers jersey, so at least we know
Oh
we're
my
playing
God.
against you, right?
Exactly.
I mean, it got that bad there. It did really get that
it's
bad. I mean,
unbelievable.
and the conference on calls and still coming back with the wrong call, it was a scrap.
Well, even the fucking neutral zone, we didn't see him jump into the neutral zone. There was movement, but you're allowed to reset. It wasn't movement to try to draw the offense offside. Guys,
Yeah.
I see you guys commenting. I'm very happy to report, for those of you listening on the podcast version or just listening, the Green Bay Packers are getting a little bit frustrated with
Pick
Tampa.
six
There's
by-
a pick
by-
six.
And then another pick.
And then another pick. So there you go. We're happy. We're always happy when the fucking Packers are getting their asses handed to them. Hopefully Tampa Tom Brady puts them to fucking bed. I know the refs are gonna. It's a hard game because that's their two favorite fucking teams in the world. Well, their favorite quarterback and the darlings of the NFL. It's proven fact. For the record, Shane brought the stats up. The Green Bay Packers have had the most advantage on third down penalties than any other league by far.
Yeah.
By far. It's not even close.
Didn't know that.
This isn't a PFF number. This is a freaking Matt Bears Nerd Cars research showcasing these numbers that really matter. Those are proven. Yes, fuck the Packers, but not you, Sonny. I really appreciate you jumping on, joining with us. How was the feel, real quick? Last question. In the stadium, COVID, were people supposed to wear masks? How did you guys handle that? Was it like crazy getting into the stadium? And was there a cap limit? So did you win like a lottery or some shit?
No. The tickets came on September 28th, and like I said, I live about 3 hours from Charlotte, so as soon as they came on, we bought them. They only allowed 6,000 into the stadium, which holds 65,000. So we only had 10%. So no, I mean, it was great. I mean, it really was. There was the face mask Nazis. As soon as you pull it down, there was a guy holding a sign in front of you. But no, I mean, the feel was great. I would recommend anybody. I mean, be honest with you, it was probably one of the best games I've been to. You're not clustered in. You're not waiting forever to the bathroom. You're not waiting forever at the drink line or anything like that.
I can imagine.
I mean, the NFL's got it all, man. So, I mean, hopefully they can keep this going. No big outbreaks happen, and I can watch Tennessee here November 8th. I got the next tickets there.
I love you, man. I really appreciate it. You're also a patronage member, right?
Yes, sir. Charter member 160, I think.
Look at this. He knows his number off the top of his head. Shane has been sending out jerseys, but we can't send 100 jerseys. So remember your number. I think we're going to have some fun with that during the season. Play some lotto or some stuff like that for swag. Our swag team is getting heavy on building this swag up and doing some stuff, but I really appreciate you jumping on with us. You were live at the game, at the stadium, the vibe there. I know Greg Braggs is pissed we got a fan that was in the stand, Shane, showcasing us what was going on, and he's a true blue member of the 100 crew. That's my boy, Sonny Parrish, man. It's great to finally meet you, man. And really, you brought it today. You even gave us a little huddle. Shane's pissed. Shane's upset you didn't dance, but...
maybe next time. Guys.
All right. Thanks a lot, brother. Keep it strong.
Thanks, guys.
5-1, the Bears. What a great guy Sonny Parrish is, Shane. What a great dude.
Yeah, man. He might be able to suit up for us.
Get him at left tackle. Get him at left tackle.
Can't be any worse.
No. And are we getting another person on today? Every week we try to bring 2 people on. One, Sonny reached out to me early. Phil, I'm going to be at the game. I would love to come on and talk to the fans of the Tape Never Lies Network, the best fans, the best show. I should have gotten him saying that shit.
There was a request, Phil, in the comments, and I'll put this up here if you want to take that comment down. Yeah, this is first downs via penalty on third down from 2010 through 2019.
Wow.
Lower left-hand corner, you have the Raiders and the Jets, and look all the way up here to the right at the top, and look at the discrepancy there. Just even at the middle of the pack. You know, this was a tweet of the week that we had a few weeks ago that Phil and I were talking about. And I mean, this isn't something that we're making up to be homers or to be anti-Green Bay. I mean, that's a discernible difference right there. A big difference. And that's what we do here on this network that separates us, Phil. We're not speaking bullshit. We're not talking about anything crazy. We're going to back it up with facts first and foremost.
We don't not write narratives, speak bullshit. We come to the truth, even if it's against what we might have said. We're going to take ownership of it. That's what you do. People are asking about the swag.
Like a sandman, a bar flock and burning his wine. Like a sand. There's our life. There's our life. We go on live right after Bears games with your boys Trap Talk and the smartest man alive.
The Tape Never Lies Network.
Oh yeah.
Tape never lies.
Swagging it up.
Now.
It's the best motherfucking network on the planet. It's the best post-game show on the planet. It's not even close. You know it. We know it. I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm scouting the competition. I'm hearing from you guys. What are we bringing to the table? We brought a guy like Sonny Parrish on today. We want to bring some of you. If you're in the chat, you really want to get on, you're going to have to be quick here and jump and let Shane know, or Claudio, the producer, a.k.a. the moderator of Keeping It 100. On the Bears Hour Live, he becomes our producer. He's doing a great job today, Claudio. Bringing the friggin' great responses in there. If you have some questions, I want to get those too. Throw the questions at us real quick as we get to the end of this show, which obviously people don't want it to end. I want to put that other showcase there. Oh, there's my dad. There's Shane. There you go.
There you go.
You got questions? Get it in. How do you get your Patreon number, Shane? You go in and you look.
You have to be in the either the first through 99. We're working on them, getting them sent out to most people. But if you're not Patreon subscriber number 1 through 99, we'll get you it's not an actual jersey that you can wear. We're going to give you a picture of a jersey with your Patreon number on it. It's a Chicago Bears jersey with the Tape Never Lies watermark on it. Some people have received them, and I know others are in line to get theirs, but we're
Anthony 246. Look at that. Yeah, throw your numbers out. I love that shit. You know your number, throw it out.
Yeah, but
sign up.
A lot of people have thrown their numbers out and they've been off in a big way. So we're not gonna rely on that either.
Everyone that signs up to the network patronage, you become a charter member before December 31st. So that would mean no matter where we go, what we do, you're locked in as long as you don't quit. If you leave, then that charter membership leaves with you. You stay with us, you're locked in for the rest of our existence and what have you, and we plan on doing big things. This week, the Tape Never Lies video series, Draft Dr. Phil's Tape Never Lies, will usually be out Wednesday. Patronage members, you are going to get the full Monty breakdown that you are used to every week. On the YouTube channel will be condensed. You're paying for this, you're going to get it first as well, and then it'll go out live, and so on and so forth. You're also going to get a focused Tape Never Lies breakdown like you saw with Khalil Mack and Nakeem Hicks. Now I'm going to do Roquan Smith. That usually will hit you on Saturday. We're also producing and production. And we said it this morning. There's going to be kinks. There's going to be things that we're learning. You got to check your emails when you sign up. You're going to go to the Facebook page. That's private. You're going to get invited there. We have to check to make sure. And then you're going to be involved in the Tape Never Lies live session, a show that we're going to call 4 Downs. 4 Downs with Phil and Shane. And it'll be a live coaching clinic where Shane is going to handle the direction, and I'm going to break it down live and with you, the fan, talk about 4 critical plays. So Shane is going to pick out those 4 plays. I'm going to produce it. We're going to put it up. We're going to be live for patronage only. So those are the 2 things. I'm writing a song, Shane, right now. Producing a song. I got to try to get the song done for the show before, and then produce a video. So there's always something we're doing. We're never going to let you down. So hopefully you're having a blast talking about the 5-1 Bears. I know that. I know that is positivity, but in this network, we don't draw narratives. We don't make excuses. We take ownership, and we also keep it 100. And keeping it 100 means telling the truth about how you felt. Be vulnerable. Be completely humbled by the feedback that you guys have. It's been tremendous. I can't wait to continue to do this. I'm ecstatic, actually. I upgraded my internet so I won't have any problems. Have I had any problems today, Shane, in the show? I'm excited to say I didn't.
You've been doing good.
I reset the fucking router. I did all the steps. We're good now.
I'm setting up our next guest.
Oh, we got another guest. Great. Listen, every week, this show right here is free. Shy City Sports, our sponsor for Keeping It 100, will put this show, and I know 2,000 of you downloaded last week's Bears Hour Live. This show, like every other show that we do, Keeping It 100 and Bears Hour Live, will become a podcast, and you can find it here.
Keeping It 100 can be found on all podcast streaming apps: iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Overcast, Castbox, Deezer, and finally, officially on Google Music and Podcasts. It's Keeping It 100 with Phil and Shane.
Oh, look at that. Chicago Parker, one of my favorite responders in here. I'm starting to have favorite guys that jump in the chat, have questions, and really bring the passion to the table. You gotta have hype. Oh my God, I can see who it is.
There he is.
Let me say this before we bring this guy on.
Mr. Smiles over here. Look at him.
This guy I've known from the YouTube. I don't even have to ask him how he found the Tape Never Lies Network, because I know the story, because I saw him responding with passion and conviction to every week's Draft Dr. Phil's Tape Never Lies.
Dance. I can tell he's going to dance.
I know. I'm going to play a little second of You Gotta Have Hype.
It's 100 Crew Hot Takes. Phil and Shane bringing on a fan to talk Bears and what just happened in the Bears game each and every week. You have to have hype.
Phil's always telling me to hype.
You can't be flat. So be ready, be prepared, and bring your passion.
That hype coming out of my ass.
It's 100 Crew Hot Takes. Hashtag Spencer Strong.
Those are big time fucking throws.
Yeah, they are big time throws. Bears Hour Live is bringing on the Haitian domination. Look at this guy, Ralph Tribby. Have I always said it right?
Yeah, it's Tribier.
Tribier. Oh, I haven't said it right once.
He's getting all fucking fancy on us here at Tape Never Lies.
Hey, he is Haitian, so there's that. I should have thought that French Tribier.
Yep.
That Tribier. Oh my God, this is monumental for me, because this guy is one of my biggest supporters right here. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. After a victory, man, stay winning without this ref, man, despite this ref.
Oh my God. The ref story is one that it just never ends. It's like you're never going to, get a faucet or a hose with a hole in it to not stop leaking. You got to fix it. And the NFL continue. I mean, I call them out on Facebook every week. Something's got to be done. That travesty call, what is it? 33-yard penalty or 31-yard penalty on Johnson. That sets them up at 1st and goal, Ralph. Talk about it. I know you love Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, I love Jalen Johnson, man. This kid plays well, man. This kid, I can't believe the penalty on him like this, like atrocious.
Terrible.
Atrocious, man. And then the flag for Kyle Fuller. Come on,
Oh,
man.
my God. Cut it out. Give me a cut it out for Claudio.
Cut it out, man. Cut it out.
There you go.
Claudio's
I
been
gotta say,
replaced.
I love Italy too, man. That's my soccer team right there, man.
Oh, don't get Claudio talking soccer.
Squadra
Roberto Baggio. That's the only one I remember. But anyway, yes, the call on Kyle Fuller. I mean, you talk about momentum. Cut it out, ref. Cut it out. Cut it out is right, because this team, I really believe, when you saw the big play, interception early, short field, the Bears put it in. That sets the tone. But this defense is hungry, Ralph. They're ready to eat. That one pick six that we're waiting for, that has eluded us for 6 weeks, I really think is going to be the impetus that sets this team head and shoulders above the rest.
That wasn't my prediction too. I said, yo, Eddie Jackson's taking one to the end zone. But
I said it right before the play. Claudio was my witness. He's like, dude, you caught. We're celebrating. And then all of a sudden my wife says, and Claudio said, there's a flag on the field. And believe me, Claudio looked nothing like that when we said it. It was just disappointment all around. It's so, look at the bottom of the screen. I know you're a Patreon member. I so appreciate. Number what?
50.
Look at you, Mike Singletary of Patronage. Look at you. Number 50.
You got that jersey.
Updated the profile all the way.
Look at that.
I'm putting it on.
Listen, I can't thank you guys enough, especially guys like you that bring passion. You're not afraid to speak up. You're not afraid to share and let other people know what we're doing here. We got 276 Patronage members. Let's get it to 300. Like, there's Claudio's post in there. He's right. Let's get it to 300 during the show. Ralph, listen, your take on Coach Nagy. You're a fan. You're sitting there. I know you watch this religiously. Is he giving you agita like he is me?
Oh, man, listen, man. Coach Nagy gave me a headache, man. Like, he scapegoat Trubisky. And we're now seeing it wasn't Trubisky. Your play calling. Come on, man. Like, that's second time in a row. Third down, and you calling a pass. Like, what are you doing? Run the ball with Montgomery. Like, this guy, man, I don't know what he's doing, man. Like you said, man, he's like a shoe salesman. Horrible play calling, man. He needs to give it up.
Yeah, it's concerning, Shane. Coach Nagy, as the play caller, you came here. We got number 276 right there. Look at him. Justin Courtney. I'll just call you Steve McMichael, the second coming of Steve McMichael there, 76. But the play calling, to me, Ralph, situationally, you can't be a fuck up as a coach. Let's just be honest. If we're at a bar and somebody doesn't know football, I find myself always talking the truth no matter what. I could get into some arguments with people that just don't know truth and they want to do the narrative. They just want to say anything. So Coach Nagy situationally is inexcusable. It's a football coaching sin situationally. But then to double down personnel usage and how you can't find your identity. Those types of things are the showcase of why you're right, in my opinion. He needs to give up the role of play caller and give it to your offensive coordinator, and you focus on being the head coach. If JJ Stankovitz comes on here and Mark Grody and the next person saying how that locker room really respects him, okay, then be the fucking WWF manager of your wrestlers. Hype them up. Get them ready. Do all that. But get rid of the responsibility of being a play caller because he's not good at it. Let's just be honest. I have arguments with people about this that I love. He's just not good at it. Show me a situation where he has been. Show me.
I can't tell you.
At a loss for words.
You gotta go back to 2018. Like I haven't seen it yet, man. This guy.
All right, Phil. We saw Ralph get up and stretching a little
Yeah.
bit. I don't know if were you getting the hammies ready for the dance?
Are you getting ready for? We gotta do a victory dance. We gotta get some sort of victory dance.
Is there like a native Haitian dance that you can get up on the coffee table?
I could give you the compa. It's like I don't know. It's like a.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck it is, but it sounds good. Let's do it.
Let's see it. Look. Yes, that's the victory dance. The Haitian bringing it. I think he bounced. He's like, fuck it. I did it. Damian Rogers is subscribing, number 277. Claudio's fired up about that. Everything's going on. Ralph's back. I don't know. He was so excited with his dance, he bounced for a second. It's
The lead button. My thumb hit it.
No worries. We love you, Ralph. You bring it. Always supporting what we're doing here on the network. Real quick, before we let you go, I know you've been a big supporter of Mitch Trubisky. You even said, and to some sort of sense of understanding on my end too. If you can hold him accountable, you should hold other players accountable. We've seen Coach Nagy not do that. So let me ask you this: Nick Foles, he's your quarterback. What did you think of his play today? Go ahead.
All right, Nick Foles was on and he was off. That interception was awful, and I'm pretty sure it was Nagy that played the play calling, but that interception was awful. He should have thrown it away, but Leno let the guy right away to him, ushering him up, like you said. But Foles, I love his speech, man. Like the kid is passionate. Like I love his speech. He's a true leader. He's more ready than Trubisky, I gotta say, even though I'm a Trubisky fan, but he rallied the troops, man. Like what he said at the end and the presser, that was gold right there.
Yeah, when's the last time? I've never, I gotta say this, I've never seen a quarterback in Chicago get that kind of passion in their body like I would have. He came out there and was like, I don't give a shit. We're out there and we're not celebrating. We're not dancing. Yeah, he told you about Meek Mills and Christian rap, but he was also on point with the reality that winning is the most important thing, and you can't deny that. He took ownership of it. I really loved, especially on this show, seeing Nick Foles showcase that preacher coming out of him where he's explaining football to these media members that seem to clearly lack the acumen. So Nick Foles was keeping it 100 Maverick. Perfectly timed. Look at that. Yeah.
That's the 100.
Well, Ralph, it's two guys that I met via YouTube, and the tape never lies. Here's a third guy I've known my whole life. But you brought it. That's how you found, right? I was telling your story, but I should give you the opportunity. How did you find Shane and myself, and give us the little history before?
All right. Just like Alex, I found you guys after the last year, after the Green Bay versus Chicago game. Everybody was jumping on Mitch, and I was like, it's the O-line. Then I saw you dropped out the field on the Tape Never Lied. And I was like, oh, this guy gold, man. I need to subscribe. I need to follow this guy. So, started following you, and then the other network. So, yeah, I jumped in there, became like, what we used to call before, but now we're the 100 crew, and
100
I'm there for life, man. I'm there for life.
Well, you can't say it any better than that, Shane. He's here for life. We love you. We're here for life. We love the Bears. That's where the ground floor is. That's where the sauce starts. The fact that we love the Bears this much, to vote. I could assure you that No one is going to work harder than me and Shane at bringing the best product to the table when it comes to breaking down this team, the draft, free agency, and all of it without a narrative, without any kind of hindrance to the truth. So I really appreciate you jumping on with us on what show is this? Let's give you the test.
All right, the Bears Hour Live, baby. Come on now.
Yes. Look at this guy. Bears Hour Live, the #1 post-game show on the planet. Ralph Tribier. I got it now. What a great person. Exactly. Look at our swag man, Alex Acevedo's chiming in. You are a great person. And we totally appreciate your support, brother. Thank you for joining us after a victory. The 5-1 Chicago Bears.
5-1, baby. We'll be 6-1. We'll beat the Rams. Trust me.
There you go. We'll
Love
see
the
you
confidence.
Wednesday night, bro. You'll be your Cherise bold prediction on Wednesday night. Save it for then, though.
Oh, I could save it. I could say it right now, man.
You want to do it? Go ahead.
It's gonna be a defensive game. I think the Bears gonna get this. Of course, we're gonna get the little heart attack. 20-17. 20-17.
It's not gonna be a Bears game without going crazy.
It is.
Exactly.
My wife is like, can they ever just beat someone and have you sitting back and enjoy?
Thought we were on our way when it was 20-6.
Yeah, I thought we were there. Never could be. Never gonna get it. All our wives, all our husbands for the women, all are feeling the same thing. It's just what it is at this point. It is
After the DHC pick, Ela's like, it's not over yet. I'm like, no, it's done. She's like,
finally, it's
this is
done.
the Bears. This is the Bears. It's not. You're thinking back to they're gonna do something crazy, but
Toby Hill got it right. It's the Bears. That's what happens when you use that term. But anyway, love you, Ralph. Number 278, 279. This is like my boy Will Hill in Jersey, number 278. These are real patronage people and fans of what we do. Curtis Cox, I appreciate you. I'm going to shout. You already know what we're going to do. Yes.
Man. Shout out to the patrons. Since last year, I've been asking you to do that, man. Let's go.
I'll say this before I let you go. I'll tell this true story. Bro, when you have fans, and this is Ralph telling me privately, yo, you guys put too much work into this to not see money in return. I'm feeling shitty because, and I'm paraphrasing, he didn't swear. I feel bad because I'm taking so much from you guys. I would love to give back. You gotta go Patreon. Let me know. I'll be the first one. We love you for that, Ralphie. I really do.
All right, man. I appreciate you, Shane, Phil, and also Claudio. Alex with the swag, man. Come on now. Shout out to 100 Crew in the chat. Come on, let's go.
100 Crew will be strong. You gotta love Ralph, the energy. That's what we're talking about. You gotta bring hype. Gotta bring hype to Bears Hour Live. He did bring it, Shane.
Absolutely.
And what a salesman. Listen, every week I do the open for keeping it 100 before the tape never lies. All 22 comes out. So let me isolate on me for a second because I'm talking to you, the fan, like Johnny Necrone that I just saw. You do one favor for me, whether you're a Patreon or not. Give me your emotion. Give me your reaction. DM it to Shane if you're on Twitter, me on Facebook or Instagram. I need a video of you about this game. You have your rant. I always see people. I rant too. I want to rant. I want to talk with you. This is how I get to know people. This is the first time I've seen Sonny and Ralph, but I've known them. I know they have passion. Now I know who they are. They're good people. Bring it for me so I can get it done, produced, so we can open the show. Of course, I'm going to look for some Carolina fans. So if you find a Carolina crying fan or whatever, send that to me because I always want to build these opens. So that for keeping it 100, Shane, every Wednesday night, we're going to have our boy, Sean Sierra, joining us this Wednesday night, talking about the Bears. And we're going to get deep into it. Love that, dude. It's going to be fun. I was on his show, Sean and Maya, in the morning last week or the week before. Everything's running together. I think it was last week, right? Shane's staring at.
No, I'm
staring at.
I'm not staring.
He's
so everybody knows I have to
producing.
do stuff behind the scenes, and
There's
while
some-
I'm live on air, so that's why I look crazy sometimes.
Sometimes he's typing up. We're trying to. Claudio has stepped up. He's got more responsibility. Shane runs the Tape Never Lies Twitter. He also does the Tape Never Lies Instagram. He also is responding to you as well as myself in the Patreon. I really appreciate that, John.
So
there is no
Phil,
phoniness. Yes.
People have been asking the elusive number 34 Patreon, obviously, because of sweetness. And
Yes.
I don't know. This, of course, has to be a crazy name for me to read, but Sabri Dabsky?
Sabri Dabsky.
If they're in the chat, put
yes.
a comment up, and you are the number 34. Patreon.
I know our boy Josh E was begging for that.
He was
Josh, like,
Josh is offering money. He's trying to.
He wants to swap with you. He might pay your patronage $7 membership free. He'll pay for yours, Sabri, to move to 30. I think he's 33.
No, it's 38. He was 38.
He's 38. He's 38. You're Tashawn Gibson with another interception, our boy.
Off the tip,
I appreciate you, Josh Frederick. Listen, I tap into my coach. We're adding the patronage halftime show. So you get my halftime speech. I came up with that today with Shane, and I got so many DMs that love it.
If you like a lightning show, you'll love that one.
That one's Shane's favorite show.
Yeah.
It's 12 minutes long.
Phil's talking and Shane's going fucking crazy behind the scenes trying to run 15 different things. But yeah, but hey, that's what we're going to do.
That's what we're going to do.
You guys love it. I think that there was at one point 74 people and on the halftime show with us, Patreon. So we enjoy that. Phil, we are up to 281.
281.
We just hit 282.
Listen,
so we're going to be wrapping up here unless you guys haven't subscribed and want to shoot a bunch in there. We'd like to get it up to 300, but if not, we understand and we appreciate everybody that has subscribed already.
Where is Jackal? Has he subscribed? I'm putting him on Front Street. Our boy.
We'll have to look it up. I'll have to look it up.
He said he was subscribed. He couldn't wait.
I have about 4,000 pages open up in front of me right now, Phil.
I can only imagine. Yeah. It is crazy because, listen, I'm keeping it 100 right now. Joe Cats. That's funny. We're learning the Patreon technical side. There's certain blocks that they create for what we want to do. So we've had to do certain things, and we're having our faith in you, Thomas Ackerman, number 283. We're having faith in you guys that you'll keep this private. We will continue to bring the live shows as well as the film and analysis and the coaching and teaching that involves the Chicago Bears, the NFL, college football, all football talk all the time. We don't have any other shows about anything else but football. If football is what you love, this is where it's at. Obviously, I have fans of me that are cheer for other teams, but they just live for football analysis and tape breakdown, and thus that's where they're coming. That's the ultimate compliment right there. That's not patting myself on the back. That's not patting Shane on the back. That's just the truth.
Real quick, though,
Shane, you kick ass, man. You're like Cairo Santo.
Thomas Ackerman said that
Yes.
he was 283. Thomas, make sure that went through because nothing is showing up on our end.
So it's Shane. I got to shout out Jeremy Plashinsky. He is our bouncer.
The bouncer.
The bouncer, we're calling him. I got to get him one of the cartoon graphics with his arms folded.
He's been married. He's been married 8 times. This guy.
But he's keeping track of allowing patrons who have signed up to be accepted into the Patreon Facebook private group. It's going to be completely private. Updates, live shows, Q&As, text streams, posts. You saw me posting there today. I'm going to post my comments there during the game and how I get fired up.
Right
Claudio's
there,
going to
Phil.
film me.
Devil Dog. Head over to
Right there.
www. Look at the bottom line. thetapeneverlies.com. That'll take you to our Patreon page. It's a real simple process to sign up. Talk you right through.
Listen, a lot of people try to sign up.
Ooh, we just got 283. Thank you, Royce Parrish. He must be
So
listening.
Royce went over the guy who said he was 283. But sometimes it pushes somebody. New Patreon subscriber, Marco. Sometimes it takes a little...
Josh, he just said he's Patreon number 283. So Josh is trying to get all the numbers. We're kidding, Josh. We love you.
Josh is the fucking man. Scuba Josh. Follow Scuba Josh on Instagram. I saw my boy Will Hill. I saw Sonny Parrish. Sonny Parrish's dad just subscribed. He was in the stadium with him. So you saw Sonny on the show. Anyway.
Noah, we will get you the numbers. It's not something that you can look up. We'll handle it from our end. Everything's been chaotic.
Shane, once the fans already know, once you sign in, you're going to see the number that you are because you'll see how many Patreons before you have signed up. That's how I think it works.
This. Jimmy Hines, Patreon is not free. It's going to be $7 a month to get you the all access pass where you will get the expanded Tape Never Lies. You'll get all the halftime show, the pregame show when we do it, all of our off-season in-depth analysis.
Live shows,
everything that
shows.
we do, you'll get for free.
For
$7.
You'll
get for $7. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Remember, I was doing. We were gonna do this show right here. It was gonna be on Patreon, but so many of you are tuning in live.
Nagishi, thank you. Number 284, Stephen.
284. We're almost there. We're 16 away. I could do that math.
Look at you.
I'm proud of myself right now.
That $7 will get you a calculator.
I don't have to do the calculator. Look at Steven. You've been with us every week, Steven. I've seen you in this. Thank you so much. It's $7. If it's not worth it, I don't know what to tell you. You're just a hater. It's like, Shane, I saw great comments by you guys. Listen, if you're a member of the 100 crew, you set yourself apart. I could see the comments every time I upload a Tape Never Lies.
John's got jokes.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Take that down.
And we do we do have a number for him.
0.0.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Anyway, I see when I upload the Tape Never Lies, there'll be like 3 thumbs down that haven't even watched it yet. That just tells you that you're doing something right, that you have haters. So I love the fact that you guys go in there and kind of... I keep it 100. 286.
We're up to, the last guy's name is Matt. I'm not sure what your last name is, but maybe it's Matt Nagy. Maybe he wants to learn some stuff. So we never know.
I don't want... This is fun. I love doing this.
We're
not going to do it the whole time, but we're having fun. That's what we do. You know us from the Tape Never Lies Network. You know me from Draft Dr. Phil's Tape Never Lies. Wednesday night, keeping it 100. We're going to be talking about this game and looking ahead at the next. We're going to have Sean Sierra from Sean and Maya in the Morning joining us, talking Chicago Bears. It's going to be a blast. We're going to get real in-depth look at what happened. Obviously, the Tape Never Lies will be out. The Tape Never Lies, the Patreon will be out.
I think it's Pharaoh just jumped in, number 287. I think that's how you pronounce it. If I
Pharaoh.
pronounced it wrong, we'll blame that on Claudio because he was the one telling me how to pronounce it.
Pharaoh was playing today. That kid is a special player when he came out of South Carolina. Thank you, Matt M. Again, these Patreon, $7. We're going to do live video breakdowns live, just like this show, post-game show.
And we're not going to, we don't want anybody on this channel to be embarrassed if you don't know all the ins and outs.
Yes.
Yeah, because Jim Larison came on here. He doesn't know what a 5 technique is. We're going to keep it, we're going to break it all down in layman's terms. So we're going to make
Coach's Clinic, it's called.
We want to, if you don't know, talk about it. We will answer. We want to make you guys smarter football fans, know what you're seeing on the field, because it's not about just watching the snap of the football. really, if you're really going to analyze it, you're not even going to watch the snap of the football. Your eyes are going to be other places, and that's what we want to be able to help you guys with.
There's Faro right there. You're in, Faro. Shane could tell you what number you are right now.
He was 287, and
287.
Pythagoras, that's the best name I've had on Patreon yet. Pythagoras Miranda is 288.
288. Look at that. This week, though, keeping it 100. Wednesday night, 8:30 East, 7:30 Central. We're going to have a lot of we always have all our segments. We're going to have a lot of fun. Please send me those
and don't
videos.
Forget, Phil, to the
Go
patrons.
ahead. Okay.
We have a show scheduled for Wednesday night that's going to be a free show through Shy City. That doesn't mean that Phil and I won't pop up unannounced to our patrons with things. If there's breaking news, maybe we just feel like going on and talking for 20 minutes, half an hour. With Phil, he never shuts the fuck up, so it could be an hour and a half. So, but we're not going to schedule every show. We're going to pop up here and there and everywhere. Sometimes it'll be unannounced. If you're a Patreon subscriber, you're going to have the benefit of getting those alerts when we go live so you don't miss anything.
Listen, to Avon's point and to piggyback off Shane, a lot of people are like, why are you giving this shit a free? You're keeping it 100 should be a Patreon show. Bears Hour Live should be Patreon.
Brian Mahar,
we want
289.
We're almost there. Holy shit. I said to my wife, I would think it would be 300 subscribers. But you build this, it takes a little while. We're learning Patreon. We're not hiding. There's going to be the best.
I'm terrible at it. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah,
I have a lot
learning.
of learning to do. But yeah, we're going to give you the content here, but the behind the scenes stuff we're working with, it's actually it's a learning process like with anything.
So keep that question back up, Toby Hill. Bring that one. You can go over to the YouTube channel. That is free. That was a showcase of what the Khalil Mack is a showcase of what I'm going to do via Patreon members. So this week, I'm going to Thursday and Friday edit the Roquan Smith tape Never Lies. And that will be released
to out.
That will be on Patreon, and that will be only there. And at some point, obviously, when patronage members, they are believing in us. It's about a belief system. It's about almost a donation for the hard work and dedication, as Jim Larison had said, that we put into this. The amount. Listen, I'm not trying to beg anybody. I want to keep it 100 because my wife and my niece were the ones with, like Ralph said, kicking me in the ass. You do so much work. It takes me 16 hours to put together the tape Never Lies. So when people are like, you got to add circles, you got to turn this down, your mic's weird, that stuff, you don't realize this 16 hours of my life. I got 4 kids. I got 2 twin toddler boys. You can hear them running around upstairs right now. Right? And that stuff is hard to get it together. It's a long process, and that's where we're going.
Let Ryan know here. He had a question up there. What do I have to do now that I joined Patreon? Easiest thing is, Ryan, download the Patreon app, sign into it. Any update that we have, you will get it there. There's already some posts that will include the links for you to the Facebook All Access and the YouTube All Access.
And my wife said this. She is a part of private Facebook groups where people don't want to be on Facebook. You could just make a name, but you have to incorporate it so it's clear to the bouncer what that name is. And if you want to be on the Facebook private group.
Right, and what separates us is most people on Patreon aren't doing live shows constantly.
Right, they're just doing a recording of it, and then they're going to put it up.
Uploading it. Phil and I are going live. We want to interact with you guys as much as possible. So Ryan, download that. And Ryan, I think you follow me on Twitter and on Facebook. Shoot me a DM if you have any questions. Anybody that follows me on Twitter, all of our info is up on all of our social media pages. Follow us. Don't feel bashful about asking us. You guys are giving us the time. You guys are willing to spend money for what we put out. We're here to answer questions.
Exactly. Now, thank you so much, guys. Honestly, we're stepping out into a new network. We've built this network. We're not leaving free fans out in the we're putting it all out there. Come on.
Do you have the tape number lies Roquan Smith up yet?
That'll be out next week. The all 22.
Yeah, we have to wait for the NFL to release us the coaches film, the all 22, before we can do that. Phil was just talking about hopefully sometimes they'll bless us with Tuesday. Most likely it's going to come out on Wednesday. Phil gets to work immediately. It's about a 16-hour process for what we're going to put out there for you guys as Patreons and the in-depth stuff. It's not just grabbing and throwing it up there. It's quite a process, but Phil loves to do it. We love to put any of this content out there for you guys, so you're not going to be shorted on your $7. Believe me,
I promise you that. Worth it. And my family, Shane's family, and our Tape Never Lies Network family that we're building.
Jake Bayer, number 290.
290, wow, 10 away. We all are putting in the extra time and effort. I really, really appreciate you guys. I can't say enough. Swag, saw that comment. It's coming out. Trust in us. There's going to be bumps along the way. We're trying to learn the Patronage app, how to communicate with you, how to get you to where we need you to go, to join the live streams. You just got to pay attention in there. Check your emails. Once you've subscribed, the directions and what you need to do will be very limited, just like we did at the halftime. There's a certain thing you have to do in order to interact on Facebook so we can identify your name. You need to follow those directions.
Mackenzie McNeil just said congrats, and they are number 291. So thank you, Mackenzie. And Phil, there's always going to be haters with what we do. Not everybody agrees with it, but you know how we handle haters here, and we produce this little video for the haters, and you guys can take this and sleep with this.
I don't give a fuck. Yes, we don't give a fuck. Haters are what make you better. There's haters out there for the Bears that are 5-1. Does that matter at the end of the day? If they're holding the Lombardi, does it matter what PFF?
We're the worst Super Bowl champion in the history.
They were the worst
sports.
Super Bowl.
I'll take it.
I'll take it all day, and I will be celebrating with all of our fans of our show. And it's okay if you can't afford the charter membership and all of that. We don't take it personally. Haters are going to be real.
We appreciate the honesty. We understand the tone of the environment. We totally understand that. Listen, Phil and I are essentially admitting to you guys we've been working with a $0 budget. That's why we made this jump to Patreon. It's we have to buy these mics. We have to buy this desktop.
I had to upgrade my internet.
Everything.
Extra $70.
Phil spent an extra $70 to jack up his internet because we're having problems. So there's prices that we are incurring to provide you guys what we do,
and
we want to do the very best. And we're not complaining about that.
No, we're just keeping it 100.
Yeah, we're not here to get rich or even attempt to get rich off this. You guys are helping us incur some of these payments that we have to provide what we do. And if you guys, this isn't stopping here. Once this season is over, our off-season package that we have planned for you guys is going to blow you away.
Nobody's going to cover the draft like we cover the draft.
Yeah, we have
Free
so
agency,
many things in store.
Cars, you, guests, the whole thing.
You're going to have a Claudio After Dark barber show.
Claudio is going to film.
He's going to do it with no shirt on. It's going to be weird, but it's something he came up with. So he's awful excited about it, this guy.
Well, the Walrus. I saw someone even made a Speed Bump Charlie jersey. That's how far our network has gone. Our Mr. McNabb, my boy. He's made a Speed Bump Charlie authentic jersey. That's how far this network is coming. If they're not going to ask the questions, it's up to you, the fans.
Number 292.
292. 8 patrons away from 300. Listen, if I wake up tomorrow morning, 300, listen, There's nothing wrong. You're a barber, Devil Dog. We might just have a barber show in 2 weeks. I'm just
barber off.
I'm throwing a tease out there. There
Claudio
might be a
does
barber
cuts for
show.
$3. So
2
that.
weeks. Only one day over the year.
I know.
He will do that.
Anyway, he said he's gonna bump it up to $5 so he can get a better fucking phone.
My boy Cal Abdullah hits it out of the park. Not only on his posts, I see on
Cal
YouTube
got his
page.
jersey, didn't you, Cal?
He did.
Shane sent you the jersey.
He always keeps it 100. You guys, true, are building this with us. Those real truthers like that. And you got to stand up against the usher sometimes. Ushering defensive linemen since 2011 or 12 into quarterbacks' laps. We got to make that on the back. We're definitely making a Walrus or Speed Bump Charlie t-shirt on the Tape Never Lies Network. But on the back, Acevedo, it has to be ushering defensive linemen into quarterbacks since 2011 or whatever his rookie year.
But Phil, we did.
Anyway.
We're not going to sit here until we get to 300. We appreciate everything you guys have done.
Truly.
We've been live after the game for over 2 hours. We have family obligations to get to.
I'm going to a haunted house tonight, Shane.
It's going to be haunted, and his daughters are going to both be there too.
I don't give a fuck that he smokes weed. They all smoke weed.
Smoke weed every day.
That's what you'll get Wednesday night. Keeping it 100. Sponsored by Shy City Sports. Go over there. Check out their message boards. Those guys are great. Also, check out their podcast, Bearfront, with my boy Steven and Nick. That's on tonight. They'll be talking about this game right after. There it is, right below. Right after. I don't know if it's right after the show, but this evening, tonight, check it out. They go a little later. But anyway.
Yeah, we will retweet
those are my boys.
Post so you guys can watch it because they do a great job and they're going to give you a little bit different angle than we take. But, hey, end of the day, 5-1.
5-1. 100 crew, like Alex said, please stand up. Please stand up. Wednesday night, 7:30 Central, 8:30 East. God bless you and bear down.
Thank you for watching Bears Hour Live, the best post-Bears game show on the planet, on the Tape Never Lies Network.